Hey, this is my second time filming the first look and the intro, so hopefully stuff goes as planned this time.
Your girl's crazy.
Today I'm going to be showing you how to create not one, not two, but 6 easy, effective, last-minute Halloween looks. It's going to be fun. I'm basing them off of looks that I've already done and kind of changing them up a little bit. They're very simple, spooky looks, but without being a full-on character, you know, cosplay for Halloween. These looks are going to be personalized, they're going to be detailed. You can change up whatever you want. They're just the basic idea of what to do, and I'm going to show you the ropes. Oh my god. So yeah, let's get into the first look. Oh wow, look at me doing a voiceover. It's been so long. Okay, I'll stop. Yes, I will be doing a voiceover for each section. I thought it would be easier. Editing me now really hates past me because it's making my editing job a lot harder. Also, I just noticed I finally lit the candle behind me.
What's the point of having a candle in here if you just forget to light it all the time?
So
Anyways,
look number 1 is a classic web. I've done and seen many web eyeliner looks in my lifetime. I act like I'm so old. So I want to create one that isn't too simple, but is still pretty easy, I guess, hopefully. For all these looks, my base routine is the exact same. I'm showing it here, but I will be skipping over it for the rest of the video. Unless I'm explaining the reason behind the look, which I end up doing for pretty well all of them, then I shall be playing in the background. Well, that kind of felt unnecessary to say, but it is what it is, we're moving on. So, brows. I wasn't sure if I want to leave them in, but since I switched them up with each look, I figured, why not briefly explain what I'm doing? For these specific brows, I do recommend watching my full tutorial. I explain all of the products and techniques I use there, but basically I'm using a blonde brow pomade and creating fake feathered brows since, you know, I'm browless. After finishing and cleaning them up, I just powder over top of them with some setting powder and white eyeshadow to make them appear more blonde. Now before we create the webs, we need a base. Keeping it simple, I'm just packing and blending a white eyeshadow onto the entire lid and lower lash line. Now onto the fun part, the webs. Start off by applying a thick black winged liner. And what am I doing? Oh, I forgot contour and blush. Well, quickly applying that. Now back to the webs. So this is kind of a mashup of 2 looks I've done in the past. I just want to mention that. With a black eyeliner, you want to make a curved line from the outer corner of your eye, stopping around the middle of your cheek. Make another line extending your winged liner, but pointing slightly down. At the outer corner again, draw 2 lines straight down, stopping around the middle of your cheek with a finger-like gap in between them. Then make another line extending down like the rest, but curved towards your nose. Adding a little liner to the inner corner. On the lid, make 2 smaller lines extending from the top of the winged liner at the outer corner of the eye, with one curving outwards towards the ear and the other curving inwards towards the nose. All of that to basically say make 7 lines, 5 on the cheek, 2 on the lid, evenly spaced. Why did I spend so much time on that? Why? Anyways, with the same liner, connect all of the lines together with little mini curved lines in between each. Please don't take a shot every time I say line. You should be able to fit 2 or 3 lines in between each. Now let's bring these webs to life, taking a brownish black eyeshadow and lightly shading in between and underneath all of the lines. Then with a white body paint, you can use liner. I'm highlighting each gap in between the line and the shading we just did. Repeating the same process on the other side in a smaller size if you'd like to create that instead. All of the steps are the exact same. Finishing off the look with some highlighter, yes, even in between the webs. And I was going to be a little bit extra and add some webs to my lips, but then I realized it was too much. Yeah, that was where I draw the line. So I just scrapped all that and filled in the rest of the lips with a black liquid lipstick, adding some little points to the corners of the mouth to look cute. Popped in some white contacts, added top and bottom lashes, and that's it for the first look. Feel free to do whatever you want with these looks. They're just a base idea. You can follow it to a T or take slight inspiration. Totally up to you. Now on to look number 2. I know these are supposed to be
easy.
And this very well might be easy for you. I'm not doubting your skills, okay? You are 1 in a million. But like on a scale from easy to difficult to easy, it's it's probably a medium. That didn't make much sense. Basically, it's a half skull, correction, half neon skull. This is in reference to a half skull I did a few years back inspired by Crispy. I remember it being quick and simple, so that's why I chose it. However, this took me way longer than I expected, and it might be because I chose neon colors to be different, to go
outside of my box.
But regardless, I still think this is a fun one to attempt, so let's go. Oh wow, I have eyebrows. Yeah, I spent too much time rambling and I thought I'd skip it to save time. I'm still rambling. Anyways, I just went for some bold black brows, but you can do yours however you like. Starting off outlining the skull with a light brown eyeshadow. Highly recommend using a reference photo. You can use mine if you'd like. It is kind of difficult to explain, which is probably why it shouldn't be in this video, but just try your best to follow your own anatomy while looking at the reference photo. On the other eye, just add some skull eye socket lines. To make sure the colors stick and don't get patchy, I'm dabbing a little bit of concealer on a beauty sponge all over the area. First using a bright green, packing and blending that along the cheekbone, and blending that out with a bright yellow extending up to the temple. Then packing and blending an orange eyeshadow on the very top of the cheek area, going back and forth between colors to get a seamless blend. Doing the same to the jaw. Moving on to the eye, pack and blend a bright purple eyeshadow, leaving a small gap in the middle of the lid. To fill in the gap, pack a bright green eyeshadow on top of the lid and the lower lash line. Adding some definition to the skull with some dark orange shading near the temples and the cheekbones. Darkening that further with some black eyeshadow. Also adding some black shadow onto the lid and lower lash line to darken that green just a little bit. Filling in the blank area underneath the cheekbones with a black liquid liner. You can use body paint or even a liquid lipstick if you'd like. And packing black eyeshadow on top. Continuing that into the mouth area. Outlining some of the parts that were previously shaded onto the teeth. First filling them in with white body paint. Then shading around them with a grayish black eyeshadow. Then adding some line details over most of the shaded areas with a liquid liner to give a realistic look. Or as realistic as you can be, you know, being a neon skull. Decided to add a little more detail to the teeth with some shading. This is optional. Then adding a couple highlights with white body paint wherever I didn't shade, and on the teeth as well to make them pop. Applying more green and yellow eyeshadow to the cheek and nose area, some more shading. Onto the other eye, basically just repeating the same process as the first. The hard part is over, now onto glitter. I'm using an ABH glitter mixed with their glitter adhesive so it's easier to apply, and applying it all over the face, basically acting as a highlighter. For our lips, I chose
purple.
However, you can choose whatever color you want, and I applied the same glitter on top. Popped in some black contacts, added some top and bottom lashes, and that is it for look 2. On to look number 3. Ah yes, bats.
It's freaking bats. I love Halloween.
This look is inspired by a look I did last year. I really liked my old look, but I am going to be making a few slight changes. First being eyebrows. Doing the same feathering technique as the first look, but using orange body paint instead. For our eyes, I'm packing and blending a bright orange eyeshadow onto the lid. Never mind, I'm lightening that color with a white eyeshadow to make it look more of a creamsicle orange. For our liner, I was going to do a basic wing, but then I thought, wing?
It's freaking bats.
Get it? So I decided to do a bat winged liner. Starting it off with 2 curved connecting zigzag lines. I don't think it makes sense. From there, skip to the middle of the crease and draw a C-shaped line downward connecting to the upper lash line. At the top of the C, draw a slightly curved line outward, stopping near the end of the eyebrow. Connecting that all together with another slightly curved line downward. Then fill it all in. Cleaning up the edges a little bit, applying some contour, and then using the same orange shadow from earlier as blush.
Bats.
Highly recommend you use a bat outline photo off Google Images. This will help more than my explaining will ever do. Just following the same steps as the liner, but now on both sides and connected with a bat torso. Creating 5 bats, the largest starting at the cheek, slowly getting smaller up until you reach the winged liner. I really like this because it does give some movement to the look. After that, taking a small brush with some brown eyeshadow and creating, well, shadows underneath all the bats. Then with white body paint, highlighting the little space in between the shading and the bat. I applied highlighter and lashes off camera, and now onto lips. Outlining them with a black liquid lipstick and adding little points to the corners of the mouth. Filling them in but leaving the center blank so we can add an orange liquid lipstick to create an ombre effect. Finishing the lips off with some very pretty orangey yellow glitter. Popped in some orange contacts, and that's it for look 3. Now on to look number 4. That is 8.
Boy!
What? Clowns.
Beep beep witchy. Oh fuck.
Gotta love them. Not gonna lie, I feel like the next 3 looks are probably the easiest out of the 6. This one being inspired by a look I did last year, but with some color rearrangements. For eyebrows, going with some thin, sad ones, yellow of course to match my wig. And I've actually done these brows many times in the past. Basically, I'm creating a thin shape that flicks up at the start of the brow and curves down at the end. Thanks, past me. You're welcome. Now just packing a cream colored eyeshadow below the brows. And for eyes, packing a bright baby blue eyeshadow all over the lid and lower lash line, making sure to really smoke it all out. For depth, adding a navy blue eyeshadow closest to the lash line onto the lid and a little to the inner corner. Then for the face, adding a bit of contour, of course, and then applying a generous amount of yellow and pink blush. Wait, did I use blush or eyeshadow? I have no idea. I don't know. Adding some gorgeous highlighter. Oh look, we're keeping the lashes in this time. It's because I colored them yellow with some body paint. Fun. Okay, now to make sure everyone knows you're a clown, you gotta add these red lines to your face. 2 starting at the middle of the lower lash line extending down to the cheek, and 2 directly above starting in the middle of the crease through the eyebrow, stopping just above it. Messily adding some red eyeshadow to the lines, then cleaning up the ends with some white body paint highlights. For our lips, similar to the last look, outlining with a black liquid lip but filling in the center with a dark red. Popped in some yellow contacts. And that's it for look 4. No, I did not forget these. They are staying in for an artistic purpose, I guess. I don't know, that's what I'm calling it. Anyways, let's keep going. So if you couldn't tell from the makeup around my eyes or my red face, I just attempted and failed a look before filming this. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what it looked like. I have no idea, but it was bad. So here I am. Hi. And I have no plan. But my base idea is a wearable pumpkin look that ends up subconsciously being inspired by Madeyewlook's Harley Skeleton look. But that's okay. For brows, just doing some simple black brows. Nothing too fancy. Quickly cleaning those up and onto eyes. First priming with a black cream base, then packing on a black eyeshadow, and messily blending out with an orange eyeshadow to create a warm smoky eye. Actually very similar to my easy fall smoky eye look. Lightly contouring and then applying a bright orange eyeshadow as blush, blending that into the eyeshadow and then a little on the nose. Outlining the lips using a black liquid lipstick and drawing a medium-sized line protruding from both sides of the mouth. Fill in your lips. And with a black liner, create some short wave length like lines along the top and bottom of the lines just created. Fill it all in.
Smile, though your heart is aching.
While you still have the liner out, go ahead and draw a triangle on the tip of your nose. Apply a long and sharp wing liner as well, because why not? And just like with the bats, using some brown eyeshadow on a small brush, I'm shading under each line near the mouth. Added some highlighter, top and bottom lashes, as well as white contacts. And that's it for look 5. Now on to the final look. Let's go. Finally, the 6th and final look. Is anyone still here? Probably not. Honestly, I didn't expect it to take this long, but lucky for you, and, well, me, I've saved the easiest for last. A human corpse bride. Basically, I want to turn myself into Emily without having to paint myself blue. I look like a Smurf. So this look is mainly going to rely on contouring to give off that dead look. Starting off with the oh so classic sad brows. But I'm adding some hair-like lines towards the front of the brow for a more realistic look, I guess.
I don't know.
Quickly cleaning those up and onto eyes. Packing on a white eyeshadow all over the lid and lower lash line. Then with a mauve shadow, lightly blending into the crease and just below the lower lash line. Leaving as much white eyeshadow visible as possible, this will give the illusion of bigger eyes. Darkening up that previous mauve shadow with a dark brown, focusing more towards the outer corner. Now into contouring, the main event. Using your normal contouring shade, or even a shade darker, really hollow out your face, focusing on the cheekbones, jawline, nose, and eye sockets. Adding a tiny bit of blush and highlighter, then using a dark blue and brown shadow to extend the nostril holes. That sounds weird. For lips, using a light brown liquid lip, you want to draw on your cupid's bow very pointy, and again adding those little points to the corners of the mouth. Fill them in and apply a light cream eyeshadow on top to highlight but also give that cartoon-esque look. Applying some large top and bottom lashes. Added some white contacts. And that's finally it. 5 easy and 1 medium easy last minute Halloween makeup looks. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. I really appreciate it. It helps my videos out a lot. If you have any questions or you want to let me know which one was your favorite, let me know down below in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. I was about to sign off without even saying happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. I hope you enjoy your Halloween, and yeah, bye.